guest, Pat O'Hara, who is co-founder of the Black Irish Urban Coalition, and you were involved in the Irish for Obama organization.
The Irish Americans for Obama.
Irish Americans for Obama, and I understand that you Barack Obama's name is spelled O''BAMA.
That's what he told us. It was on CBS Sunday morning this past Sunday. He said there should be an apostrophe between
the
O
and
the B.
All the time that I've known you, we've known that there's a group of people known as the Black Irish, but they were referring to the color of their hair. Right. But now maybe there is some Irish lineage we find out that Barack Obama holds, so maybe he redefines the term Black Irish.
Well, he is Irish on his grandfather. His great-grandfather's grandfather was from County Offaly in Ireland. Came over in 1850, about the same time my grandfather came over as an infant from Ireland. So, and to be a member of the Black Irish Coalition, even though it was originally the dark-eyed and the dark-haired Irish, it's a Detroit organization, and it's made up of, it's multi-ethnic. It's black and
white. Yes, I remember very well, O'Hara, and I have to tell you how disappointed I still am today because I kind of was involved in all that. And I remember Louis Cotman, the superintendent of schools of the state of Michigan, who's African American, was a co-founder.
Yes.
And so there we got the black part of it, and then we had you and Jerry O'Neill and a few other Irish guys. So that's where we got the Black Irish. Where do I fit in?
Well,
how come I wasn't part of the title of the organization?
Part of the, in order to qualify, you had to have held a public office, and you had to have a strong interest in finance.
Well, I had an interest in finances, which you taught me, but not so much in running for office. I was reporting on you guys for running for office.
Jerry reported on us. Dr. Cotman and Jerry O'Neill serving on the board in Detroit.
Yes, so Pat O'Hara from the Black Irish Urban and and Irish Americans for Obama. It was an exciting day here for you. You were on the mall, and you got to see and hear Barack Obama's speech.
Oh, it was a wonderful day. It was a day that we had always hoped would come, and Barack Obama fulfilled all our greatest hopes. There was the enthusiasm was unbelievable on the mall. You could feel it. They couldn't get enough of President Obama now, and enjoyed every minute of it. The crowds came from all over. I met people from Texas and from Colorado and California, of course Michigan, where I come from. So it was a great day.
What I find very interesting, and correspondent, political reporter Alan Jacey mentioned this earlier, Washington is in a gridlock, and not like the gridlock we see in New York City where it's automobiles. It's pedestrian gridlock, and everybody's being told you got to go this way, you have to go that way. In fact, you had difficulty making your way back to our position because the police said go that way, and then you went that way, and then they told you to go this way. But it doesn't seem to matter. People are in very good spirits about all that, and they're just taking it in stride.
Everybody's in great spirits. They understand the security issues that are a great concern to a lot of people, and all the detours were to protect President Obama. So as a person who doesn't know Washington, it was a little more difficult for me to get around, but I managed it. I couldn't say enough about the Capitol Police and the police officers that I met. They helped me every step of the way.
The Irish came out in strong numbers in support of Barack Obama. I can't remember what the final polling details were, but it was in a high percentile.
Yes. The Irish identified with Barack Obama early on because of many of the issues, the issues that deal with family and with the economy, his stand on the war in Iraq, what he's going to do to strengthen, find more jobs for us in these difficult times. And he's an innovator, too. He's a person that wants to try some new things. So I think we're going to see that in some of the areas of alternative energy. He mentioned a little bit about geothermal energy today in his speech. In one of his comments, it was just a brief reference, but it was there using not just the water and the wind, but also the earth, and the earth generates a lot of heat.
When people speak about alternative energy, what first comes to mind is to make the nation more and the planet more environmentally friendly. But there's another aspect to this, and I wondered if you might want to comment on that, Pat O'Hara, and that is that I believe that it is a strategic decision in terms of the security of the Western world that we no longer be dependent on petroleum from the Middle East.
Yeah, I think we have to become less dependent. We see that in Detroit with the automakers focusing on battery-powered automobiles. So I think it's coming. I mean, we have oil in this country, but not enough to satisfy our needs. We import a lot of our oil from Canada right now, and right now Canada holds some of the largest reserves in their tar sands up there in western part of Canada. So, but still, you know, it's better for us if we have alternative forms of.
Along those lines, the president also mentioned during his inaugural speech here in Washington, D.C., that he's going to hope to shepherd the nation into an era of strong interest and reliance on science and technology. And I just want to say for the record that I hope that my good friends at CNN, where I came from, restore their science and technology unit over there, because they made a mistake, in my opinion, breaking it up when we're going to have a president here who's going to emphasize science and technology. We need more reporting along those lines, and I hope that the folks at CNN Center in Atlanta take another look at that. Speaking of the Irish, and then we're going to get to some calls, I hope here, I hope some people want to talk to you here, Pat. Many of the Irish, most of the Irish here in the United States are Catholic, and the Catholic Church pretty much decreed that you all were supposed to vote for John McCain because it's a sin to vote for somebody who is pro-choice. Pro-choice. Got to get it straight. How do you account for the fact that so many Irish vote? Although was McCain pro-choice as well?
McCain is not 100% pro-life because of some of his issues. I mean, being pro-life is more than just the issue of abortion, although many of us as Catholics feel very strong about that issue.
But he was not pro-choice.
He was not anti-abortion. He was anti-abortion.
So how do you figure that good Catholics who go to church and take communion justify voting in such large numbers for Barack Obama?
Well, I think they, in our church, and the Catholic church I belong to in Detroit, the priest got up and said, you have to look at all the issues. And if your only issue